Someone actually got a notification for once. Yeah, to the VOD gamers. Sorry I'm late. Actually, to the VOD gamers, it can't matter. What am I thinking? Okay. So I thought of, we always end up having these jokes. How many gorillas does it take to screw in a light bulb? That's entirely dependent if they are Australopithecus, or however you say it. That's the joke. I googled it. I googled Australopithecus, and then apparently that was like the wrong pronunciation. So that's why I struggled so much with that, because I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Anyway. Yeah, Goofball, on Twitch, let me know if you see the drops tab pop up, because I don't know if drops are still working, or finally working. I'm not sure yet. Hey Naxi, hey KU, hey Creator, hey Lord Sparrow. Sparrow, how you been, man? Been a while. Yes, KP, I said hello. Also, I have not checked my DMs yet. Ah, yes, they did give me the pack. Let's go. Okay, I'm not gonna end up highlighting all of this just because, I want to talk about it in its own individual video, but I'm sorry, I gotta look at the Shadowhunter costume. Ooh, oh, that's swag, dude. Oh. It looks like he's got one eye. I can never unsee it. All right, I gotta turn my torch off. Oh, not bad. Yeah, I'll use that for this stream. I don't know if it's topping the neon outfit for me, but oh god. Yeah, sorry this stream's so late, guys. Just dad life, you know how it'd be. Oops, I keep forgetting I have to consume the item. Yeah, let me know, Naxi, because it should just have the drops pop up for you. I'm not gonna advertise it before I know that it's actually like a thing. Go give this idiot his cake. Hey, E6. Whoa, okay. I immediately do not like this costume because I don't like that VFX. A little too intrusive for my money. I'm trying to pace myself. Because I can feel my heart going a mile a minute because the wife may have made a mistake and given me Vietnamese coffee. Please help. I want to chug it just because, like, you know me. Also, I keep forgetting, yes, I'm experimenting with a new banner thing. I was experimenting with a lot of things just now, which is why the stream is so late. I was trying to see, not that anyone asked. I was trying to see if you could adjust the edge size of a window so that it was easier to like click it and drag it and readjust. Because otherwise it's like just a tiny little pixel, you know what I mean? And you can change it in Windows by adjusting the edge border in the registry. But for some reason that doesn't translate to like other software. So like my browser is still a tiny little pixel and I can't change it. The other thing that I was sorting out was I use Opera GX as my browser and they keep updating it. Arguably it's a downgrade with more and more like filler crap that I don't want. One of them being I like to use the keyboard command to swap between windows, like so that I don't have to like go up to the top and click all the damn time, you know? Same as using Control W to close everything. And I found out that a couple versions back with Opera, like they changed it. So now it like shows an image of what window you're cycling to instead of just instantly doing it. So I tracked down some dude that said like, oh yeah, you can just go into the advanced hotkeys and change that. And I was like, okay, thank you. Drops are not showing anywhere here or in the campaign tab, but maybe we just get it randomly after some time. I'm wondering if drops just as a whole are still disabled on Twitch, which would be pretty surprising if it lasted this long, you know? Oh, Sparrow! Started playing through Death Stranding, first time where I can't explain this game. Yeah, I just started playing Death Stranding too, so I know what you mean, man. Like, I kind of like it, but it's also kind of messy, you know? Like, it's too early for me to tell. It's definitely slow burn. That would be my best description. Also, I would say I'm definitely not bored, but I'm also not having fun. That's my Death Stranding review so far. Anyways. There's a few ways to do it, I just forget how. Well, that's the thing, like, I found all of the ways that I can fix all of that stuff, E6, except for the edge. The edge is like a pixel, and I hate it. Yep, servers are way more stable now, Asif. Also, KP asked about my FOV. I think I'm just on 100. Just wanted to hop in and say hello. Gotta get back to work. Love your content. Thanks, Kim. Appreciate you, man. Keep the grind going. Go get that money, gamer. Hey, Jazzy. Hey, Cozen. The costume is part of the where is it? Can I not see it anymore now that I own it? This pack right here, the Trove Odyssey pack. So basically they sent me this, so now I can finally do a review of it. And I thought, we'll rock the Shadowhunter costume today. It's not, like, it's purple, so I like it, but it's also not my favorite in terms of its style. Like, I really like the neon, like, year anniversary costume. Plus, it's kind of coveted, you know? Because it's only around, like, once a year. Part of the Renewist pack. I like the Renewist theme, like, I don't know. Obviously, look at my freaking reshade settings. Like, I like color. I don't know why, it's just stimulating. Versus these darker toned outfits, it's like, I can't see anything. Boo-hoo. How you shooting through dungeons? Oh, you caught me. I'm hacking. It's, Shadowhunter can shoot through walls. Has been able to do it for, like, 3 years now or something ridiculous. I want to play Death Stranding 2, that's why I started the first one. It's weirdly addictive. I know, right? Yeah. I don't know enough about Death Stranding 1. I wasn't interested in it. Death Stranding 2 had a pretty good recap of the first game, and I'm always the type where I would rather just play the most recent version of a game because it's usually the better version of it. My mentality is, oh, well, now they actually know what they're doing and know what they want to make with Death Stranding 2. First one was kind of the weirdo experimental first project of Kojima's, you know? That's my thoughts. That said, I do kind of low-key hate how slow burn it is. Like, I don't know if it's like this in Death Stranding 1, but as you end up completing missions, your guy literally like levels up and gets stronger in certain categories. The thing is that the missions are just mostly walking, so I feel like the game is going to get like a lot more interesting the further I get. Like, at least it's not wasting my time with a huge time sink. But the only problem is it's a 40-hour game, so I feel like it's going to take a really long time to get to that point. Which would be fine, except dad life, you know. I'll be grinding out some more Death Stranding later today. Or tonight, sorry. Even though part of me really wants to stream Mario Kart. I've been playing it so much lately. I'm starting to get decent at the platforming. It took this long. And now it's like the world is really opening up. Even though most everybody's probably already moved on from the game by now. Anyway. As a barber, it's a 24/7 grind. Oh yeah, Kim. Yeah, I feel that. Still dumbfounded it took 10 years to get the game on actual physical servers. I mean, a lot of that's got to do with budgeting, the team that we've got now. Like, as far as I've heard, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with Trove stuff and the devs and everything. But a lot of people have been saying, like, the new lead developer is doing a really good job because he's pushing all of these different things. I don't know when he became the new lead, but I'm assuming recently, because recently there's been a lot of changes within Trove for the better. You know what's a bit funny? The new pinata mount of the new pinatas. I got the new mount from some random guy who just gave it to me. Oh, nice. Hopefully he wasn't a duper. I wonder what they're actually going for now. Yaba? Yeah? Oh my god. Oh, that's the pinhead. Right. I need the pinhead too. What's the mount going for? Oh. Still a pretty decent amount, honestly. Not great. Did my other thing sell? Yes, it did. Not a great price, but appreciated all the same. I'm making some of my flux back, not much. Please watch that video, guys. I pray for a dragon rework. Time-gated removal. You mean Dragon Coin rework? Yes, because Dragon Coins are awful. Honestly, the quick Band-Aid fix, somebody should ask them that in the community post. But the quick Band-Aid fix for Dragon Coins would just be like nerfing the amount of Dragon Coins across the board. Because I feel like somebody needs to take the time to actually like explain it to the devs how busted dragons are right now. Like someone needs to take the time to like actually explain, okay, the problem with Dragon's coins right now is the first dragon in the game set the precedence of how much dragons would cost. But as they've added more and more dragons into the game, without any easier or better methods of obtaining dragon coins, it has slowly inflated beyond a realistic margin. They need to either give us way more dragon coins for our daily challenges, or even the greater dragon caches and stuff like that, or nerf the total amount. And I do not care that they have all of this crap, because this isn't worth it. That's why nobody buys it. That's the problem. Like, if this was ×2 amount of, I don't know, like a lot of dragon coins, like this should be like 500 or 600. You should be able to get like at least 2 dragons worth of coins out of it. Because need I remind you, there's like, what, 70 dragons or something ridiculous? And they just keep adding more and more. And you know what they've been doing lately? They add a new dragon to the game and then they make it cost 400 dragon coins. Why? Because of freaks like me that have thousands of dragon coins. Because I've been playing this game for years. It's not fair to everybody else. I've been playing this game for years, and also these are dragon coins from 1,000,000 years ago. I stocked up, I grinded like crazy, and then I just started being like very cautious with the dragon coins that I spend. I don't buy anything from Luxian. That's why I don't spend any of my dragon coins. You wanna know why? Because I got all the items out of Luxian before he ended up recycling them. But they keep on developing like these new, oh, here's a new dragon. We don't want the end game players to get it right away. And it's like, but the end game players are the smaller amount of players. The average player needs dragons, dude. It's just annoying because the dragons are like one of the big things that are still like busted in terms of how they scale. There's a lot of things that are not scaled correctly in this game, obviously, but those especially. Anyways. Oh, you're on Xbox. Yeah, then he probably duped the pinata and threw it to you. That's why. Just watched Peak Online. Wait, what? Oh, like Trove's peaking in players? Let's go. Hell yeah. Yeah, the main reason everyone's coming back is not only because of the 10-year anniversary event that's going on. By the way, there's going to be a new dragon part of this event, so even more dragon coin problem. The main reason people are playing is because the servers, dude. Servers are actually like 1,000,000 times better now. The game is actually playable. Now, there is a very small percentage of European players that have reported that they haven't had any solution, like it's still laggy for them, which my heart goes out to you, but the majority of us are, yeah, really enjoying it. We can actually play the game now. It's awesome. It's made a huge difference. Like, I talked about it in our video as well. Across the board, all of the classes became stronger because now all of their abilities are reliable, including the gunslinger, who's still not top tier by any means, but he's viable now. And he was like the one class that everyone was like, okay, you can main pretty much anything that you want except gunslinger with an asterisk. Now you can just main any class. Obviously, some of them are gonna perform better than others, but still, that's freaking awesome, dude. Gets me so pumped. It was the biggest, best change they could have ever done for Trove. Okay, sorry, I'm not trying to ignore the Twitch chat. Hey, Boff, did the team win that I predicted? I kind of hope they would just remove the trade or marketplace system. No. Oh, because of the duping and stuff? Nah, they just need some better security. I think the player trading, like, unfortunately, the dupers have kind of ruined a lot of the game and its economy. And I'm not going to act like they're the reason items are untradeable. Items have just slowly become less and less tradable as a whole, which I guess has worked out as far as like the cheaters. But I still, you know, for me, it's got to be multiplayer. Like that's the big appeal of it. Like, bro, for example, Fantasy Life. I wouldn't have played that game as much as I did if it wasn't for the fact that you could play it online with others. Death Stranding 2 has this weird thing where it's like, oh, if I need to build a bridge here or something, I can build it and then other players can use it. That makes it so much more fun for me because I feel like I'm part of a community, you know, same as with Trove. I guess I just love MMOs or anything to do with online. Mario Wonder, best 2D platformer on the planet. Can't prove otherwise because guess what? You can just play with people online and help each other. My point being is, if we can end up having a community event or something where like we feel like we're a part of something, you know, that goes a long way. Even if a lot of the things have become untradeable for Trove over the years, which is still kind of gross. Because it's supposed to be an MMO, not a single player game. But anyway, my friend has 3 dragons with 40 KPR, 3 jumps. And dragons are needed for a lot of stats. Buff coins, nerf cost. Yeah, they could do both. Yep, I'll have the review for the Norse new store pack, I think tomorrow. Let me check my schedule. Yeah, there was another video I was going to post, but I can push that one back. Yep, now that they sent me the pack, I'm going to have a review for it tomorrow. Or for people watching the VOD, today. Whoops, I got to stay focused. I'm going for the event dungeons. Hey, Vicent. I think for Dragon Coins, you know what would be a big solution? Is if it wasn't time gated. That would change it. Like imagine if you could just continually do dragon challenges. Or just have like a repeatable tome that would give you like maybe 1 dragon coin or something. I know it sounds ridiculous, but if you could just continually grind it, that would be huge. Yep, me as well, Jazzy. I had the I stocked up a bunch of golden dragon effigies back in the day. I think I still have a few of them. But the problem is a lot of the new dragons now don't even work with the golden effigy. Because once again, they're trying to scale them for people like me. They don't want me to be able to get the dragon easily because they're trying to drag out the content. But it's like, Bro, was something that I invested in, and now you're telling me it's not going to work? Like, I spent money for my dragon effigies. What the hell's wrong with you? What item lets you see through the wall? It's the mod. Definitive boss radar. By Chronicle. Is Vanguard range attack still buggy? Yes, that's apparently got nothing to do with the servers. It's a bug with the class. So unfortunately, no ranged mode for Vanguard mains. But that's okay because ranged mode was never that good anyway. Can you mod the game without consequences? Modding is fine, yeah. It's hacking and using tools to assist with gameplay. So like macros and stuff. But yeah, there's mods for Trove. What do you mean? I've been using mods for years. There's so many quality of life mods. Chronicle's like a big game changer in terms of utility mods. This biome seems dead. I wish they would add these things to vanilla for you guys on console, but nope. Yeah, I think so too. If they ended up making it so that Dragon Coins weren't time gated and they just kept the cost of everything relatively what it is now, then at least it would be like a milestone that you're earning, you know, slowly grinding. The problem is how much of it's time gated, and like obviously I understand their point or their mentality is if it takes a long time, that's more than likely a chance that a player is going to spend money. I get it. But how about even if it's not time gated, it would still end up taking an absurd amount of time. Like I think in order to get all of the dragon coins, it's something like 800 hours or something ridiculous. And that's just the dragon coins, not the other resources that are required for the dragons. I forget what it was, but I talked about it in our video. So even if you could continually just grind them to infinite, guess what? You still have to put in a lot of time. So it's almost like it's not, you know, it's not a detriment to your cash shop, because if people can grind it and then see the end light at the end of the tunnel if they just spend 10 bucks. Because that's the main wall that players come to with Trove dragons. And arguably, it's not a fun wall because it's just getting these mounts basically that you're never going to use for the sake of some stats. Like I personally think that they really need to prioritize adding a cosmetic option for mounts. Because otherwise, like 99.9% of the mounts that are in the game are worthless outside of getting mastery because you can never actually see them. Like all I'm ever going to use is this stupid cosmic dragon. But if I could like just apply a skin and it looks like Yabaki, sure, it might confuse some people that hop in, but at the very least it would be like, oh, cool, now I can actually show this mount off. I don't know, by the way, just to clarify, I don't think anything's actually happening with the Dragon Coin changes. Like, nothing, as far as I know, they don't care. They've super monetized the Dragon Coins. I just personally think that they need to like readjust and reevaluate how they're monetized, because it's really bad. It's like the one system that's kind of still from the Jurassic period of Trove. Hey, Atro. Hey, Zoom. Chaos cores are also very hard to get for new players. Yeah, that's true. But at least, it's not a justification, but at least it's just mastery. Right? Also, by the way, are you guys noticing Twitch drops at all, or are they still disabled? Because I can change the title on Twitch. By now, you should have accumulated enough time that it'll actually showcase it or whatever. 1 to 10, how's the anniversary event? We're not playing because of the anniversary event, Kitsune. We're playing because the servers. The game is actually like playable now. There's no drops? Okay. I'll change the title on Twitch. There we go. As a new player, is it then important to farm dragon mounts? Yes, because they all of the dragons in the game not only give you a little bit of PR, which PR doesn't really matter that much, it's just bragging rights. It gives you passive stats for every dragon that you earn. So once you get to the late game, they are required. That's kind of the problem with them. You can't ask the game to take their biggest moneymaker from it. What are you talking about? I don't think dragons are their biggest moneymaker. I mean, if we had a metric, cool. Like, we might all be wrong, and maybe, yeah, maybe if they're still just making bank off of dragon coins and stuff like that, then sure. But I haven't spent money on dragons in literally years. Oh, credit pouches. Oh, sorry, I didn't catch the comment talking about credit pouches. No, credit pouches are fine. Most of the cash shop at this point, I'm not going to say it's not pay to win, but most of the cash shop stuff is very organized and set up in such a way it's like, yeah, you can at least grind this. The issue with credit pouches is just the market itself because they fluctuate in price so much. But that's not something that can be like, that's not their control. On the contrary, credit pouches go up in price if they actually just end up adding new classes and interesting things to the game. Oops. Yeah, sorry, I thought we were still talking about dragons. Is 440k physical damage good for 41k PR? On which class? And I mean, sure, but it really depends on what your crit hit is and your crit damage to that ratio. Unless you're talking base damage, in which case I think I'm only at, yeah, like 250k base. Hey, Luca. Why don't you sell 10k primal yellow for 70k right now? Huh? What are you talking about, Trip? Why are people buying primal yellow? I mean, I got a few, but I have all of my inventory all color coded and sorted and stuff, so I don't really care. But it would be nice to get some of that out of my inventory. Yeah. Maybe I should. I'm not building anytime soon. Primal yellow is needed for rune crafting. Wait, really? Also, you just reminded me, I completely keep forgetting to craft my stupid runes. Really? That's such an odd... Okay. I gotta keep that in mind when I do an updated flux guide. That's... Yeah, you can consistently just farm that. That might be a really good way of making flux. Boring. But what about the other ones? Primal red's okay, but I guess it's easier to get. Primal blue, it's about the same. Interesting. Well, I can sell a couple of these. Really? No, 6 point. I guess I just gotta put it in for that price. Really? 68K? It's not even really worth it. Yellow's only really obtainable from the sea floor and treasure isles and lost isles. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that easy as hell though? You just gotta use, I mean, I guess bombs are more expensive now, so that tracks. Yeah. I mean, either way, like, I don't know. Part of me is like sentimental about these. I haven't touched these in my inventory for years, but at the same time, it would be nice to clean this up a little bit so that I had more room for trophies to clog up my inventory. Oh, wait, I don't actually care. Okay, anyway. Where was I going? What was I doing? Runic thing. How many of these can I make? Oh, from these. Literally, I'm stupid. I didn't even think about these runes. Craft faster, please. Where are... There they are. You have mystic gear. I got a mystic bow, nothing else. Yeah, this is a part of the new pack, the Shadow Hunter costume. Which I'll have the review tomorrow for the rest of the stuff. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know why I never thought about the... Yeah, thanks for pointing out the blocks pricing. That's nuts. The PR and even the stats from Mystic are very underwhelming, considering the cost. $100 watering cans for 300k flux. Is that worth it though? Watering cans are hard to get, aren't they? At least they were back in the day. I don't know about now. Yeah, don't try to explain like market flipping. I never got into it because it's too much for my brain and too boring. The mount I made for the new pack is bugged. No! Which one? Just use sponges and it crafts 20 at a time. Oh, for the watering cans? Ah. The true trick to make money. Hold on. Really? Hold up. Yeah, you might be onto something, Trip. Nobody tell anybody about this, okay? We're gonna get rich. Which one's the gardening bench? How do we craft the watering cans? There they are. Okay, so it's really tedious. But it makes 20 each, so 10, 20. It's worth it, for sure. Like, it's worth it for the flux. If you want to... That's the thing, like... If you want to grind it, that'd be good money. Problem is nobody wants to grind it. That's why it's good money. Yeah. If it was just water, sure, but I'm not gonna waste my time doing that. Oh man. Oh, the ash quad. Really? Hold up. I'm curious now. Wait, yeah, it doesn't have a seat. Where's the seat? Oh, I get it. You did that on purpose, right? Yeah, totally. Dude, they gotta, like... You know what's sad? In almost all of my pack reviews, there's always, like, some bug with one of the, like, VFX or the mounts or whatever. You know, there's one of them that was really, really egregious where like the blocks were shifted over one. And it's like, you pay money for these, dude. Like there's no excuse. They need to like actually patch this stuff because clearly nobody tested it. Yeah, that's frustrating, man. Did you let them know? Or, I mean, maybe they'll watch my pack review video where I can say, haha, hey guys, fix it. You spend money for this. The main issue is that whenever I talk about that in my patch videos or pack review videos and stuff like that, guess what? They're still not fixed. Hey, I get it. It's tough for them to end up having a direct communication with people. They just roll it out and just move on to the next. Sure, totally. I understand working with volume. Why I don't get to everybody's comments and stuff, and you know. But again, you're spending money for this. So anyone know what the drops will have for Trove? No, it's not going to be costumes. I can double check. As far as I know, it's going to be pinata mounts. Wait, did they change the date? Oh, okay, so they changed it. They moved it. They didn't announce it. They literally just changed the title. So originally it was Twitch drops on the 3rd. Now it just says Twitch drops on the 7th with nobody clarifying or talking about it. So yeah, I guess Twitch drops are still going to be a bit, they're coming on the 7th. There you go. It's going to be over 2 hours. So that's not bad. You gain streamer dream boxes, anniversary pinatas. The main thing that you want is at the end, there's an ally that's a drop exclusive. I don't know whether or not it's going to end up having mastery. I would assume not, but yeah, most of all, it's just pinatas. Which, hey, sure. Wish you back you could drop out of them. Then maybe people would spend money on them. The original Ashen mod didn't have a seat as well. Oh, really? Maybe it wasn't the dev's fault then, Poll. Maybe it was a bug with the mount in general. And they just had that version. I don't know. I just know how mod files can get. Oh, they did announce it in the Discord. They just forgot to ping anyone. Yeah, all right. That sounds about right. There's too many chats in the Trove Discord. I only pay attention to like 1 or 2 of them because it's like I'm too busy, man. I can't. Cause isn't that quad mount like from a long time ago? I wonder. I'd be curious. Speaking of Yubaki, you guys think the person who buys the most pinatas from the shop is gonna get one? Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Because every pinata is entering them more into the odds of winning, right? Unless it's a raffle, then yeah, they could still technically lose. But I think they'll probably just give it to someone because I'm sure some freak spent like $1,000. Remember, there's people out there that have a lot of money. Speaking of money, I don't know if you guys have been seeing what's going on with Xbox lately. I know nobody really cares, but it's pretty sad, dude. They've been firing like hundreds of people, just closing off tons of studios. They're basically just adhering to any risk management at all and just gonna be focusing on like a couple games that they know are gonna generate money rather than anything creative or interesting. Most of all, it's just sad for all the people that, you know, just got fired basically without warning. But I saw somebody say two comments really stuck out to me. One was somebody saying how what was it? It was something like, I'm starting to think that the Activision Blizzard, like when they acquired them, it was the reverse. So this is something that's very common in business, where they spent so much of their capital to end up getting Blizzard and Activision that basically Blizzard and Activision have more of a say and more people on the board, which is why they're just firing people and destroying everything. But the other big thing that's going on is how basically the games for Microsoft has never generated that much. It's actually one of their least generative, like in terms of money. But right now, Microsoft is really trying to push AI, some new AI technology that nobody cares about. But I don't know. It's probably just some big 1%er, like maybe for focusing on trade stocks or something that we don't have public access to. Who knows? The same how NVIDIA, you know, everyone's like, oh, why does this NVIDIA game card, like, why is it stupid? And then you find out that most of their GPUs are actually developed around data analysis and other things like that the government uses. And it's like, oh, so the gaming is basically just them handing us the leftovers. But anyway, to nerd it all up, there was basically the guy on Xbox didn't end up taking a pay cut despite the fact that everyone got fired. And people were very quick to point out that when the Wii U failed, Iwata ended up taking a huge pay cut so that they could keep all their employees on. And it was just like, yeah, that's why Nintendo's the top dogs. I've talked about it before, but I just think it's very admirable as far as running a business is concerned. Just how Nintendo handles it, for better or worse. Like, at least they have like a pretty good understanding of like, oh, well, if we don't have people worried about their job security, they'll work harder. Huh? That's how it works? Couldn't be Microsoft. Anyways, best way to farm XP, give up. Doing the daily quests, like the daily adventure quest gives a lot of XP. Delves eventually gives tons of XP, but you gotta actually like be strong enough or go into a group. Nobody does delves, so I don't know what's going on with Steam and Xbox anymore. Steam's doing fine. They haven't announced anything else. Oh, unless you you mean like Xbox, like Steam being on Xbox or whatever. I think that's what they're gonna be doing. Like, I had this theory myself a while back where I was saying like, man, what Xbox needs to do is just make their next console basically just run Windows 11, you know? Make it like it's a console, but it's actually just like a home PC that you can get like for very affordable and just whatever else. And then just make it work with Steam, Xbox gets a cut, whatever. But it seems like that might actually be where they're going with their new console, just based on how many of the layoffs and stuff that they're doing. The other thing too that I thought was really funny is basically everyone's saying how like it's funny how Microsoft keeps acquiring all of these studios, but then they fire everyone who's involved with the studio and start managing it the way that they manage like other things, and it's like, what? Why did you acquire them then? I'm not trying to get into any, console wars are stupid in the first place and don't really exist anymore, but man, Xbox just doesn't have anything now. Best news they've gotten is that Helldivers is coming to it. But anyway. Yeah, what were you saying earlier, Naxi, by the way? I'm sorry, I didn't catch your System Shock comment. I have an Xbox S and it's still Xbox X. Sorry, I don't know the difference. Still offers the games that are not even available, and only for XS. Oh, like it shows them in the store, so they don't even bother having like a filter for it. That's weird. What's the pack in the store that gives you a primordial dragon? There's none. You got clickbaited, son. There's a pack that used to give PR equivalent to a primordial dragon, but that got patched right away. Also, no, Atro, I know people do delves mid to like late game, but I'm saying like for people that are just like lower tiered grinding for XP, I don't know. Are there people that do delves in that low tier? Hello? Can you die? Thank you. Oh, that's what you were saying about the 10-hour video I posted. Yeah. Yeah, no, don't watch it until after, because maybe you'll end up having a different build. I was trying to watch, Night Dive had a stream where they played through System Shock multiplayer, but unfortunately, no offense, they're not content creators, so it was really boring, and the audio levels were all over the place, so I stopped watching it. When developers play their own game, but don't know how to make a video. Oops. Yeah, Beam, what's up? Is it possible to play keyboard and mouse on console? If the console supports it, unfortunately, not only does the console have to support it, I think the developers have to code that into the game. So, if I'm not mistaken, even though Xbox supports USB mouse and keyboard, you can use the keyboard on Trove, but you couldn't use the mouse to my recollection. But it's been years since I played it on console. It's similar to how the Switch 2, for example, you know how you can use the Joy-Con, you can put it sideways and you can use it as a mouse. Even though you can actually do that on the Switch menu, unfortunately, the game itself, the developers have to put in a little line of code that makes it actually like work. So in most cases, the answer unfortunately is no, because it's not as simple as, oh, the console supports mouse. The game has to support it, but it has to be like the console version of the game has to like, it's frustrating, honestly. Because when I saw the Joy-Con mouse thing, I just thought, man, that's so like ease of use. You don't got to plug a stupid USB mouse in or anything like that. That means RTS games would go like so hard, and then it's like, oh, the game has to be supported by the developer. Like I played the classic Doom game with my cousin. I was on PC, he was on the Switch 2, and I was like, bro, try the mouse control, and he's like, oh, it doesn't work, and I was like, come on, like. It's Doom. But again, that means somebody would have to go out of their way and someone has to be paid to do their job and change it so that it actually supports it. So it's just an unfortunate side effect of console is in most cases they're just not gonna bother, which sucks. At the very least, you can use the keyboard for typing, but I don't think you can use it for like controlling your character. Unfortunately. Yeah, the multiplayer for System Shock, it still looks really great. It is all shared items though, so you would really like You would really have to know what you're doing in terms of like taking different character builds so that you're not all just utilizing the same ammunition. Oh, you can use a keyboard for controlling your character. Really? Oh, okay. But then you're stuck using right joystick. Actually, I don't think you can use both prompts at the same time. But anyways, yeah, kind of sucks. What do you think is the most beneficial thing to buy in the store? Like cash shop? Credit pouches. They sell for like ridiculous return value. And you can buy like so many more things in game for the amount of flux that you'll get off the credit pouches versus buying independent things in the shop. The only reason you buy things in the shop is if it's like, oh, that costume's cool or something, you know? No, Naxi, you should be fine. Because when you're playing through the game, you're going to beat the game. So when we play multiplayer, we would just start new characters. Because at the end of the day, it's basically just a linear game with a start and an end. But it just happens to have like co-op. That's all. I'm still looking forward to Abiotic Factors 1.0, because that game is fire as well. Is Solarian magic? I mean, he's kind of magical, yeah. And the fact that his ranged attacks don't work, it's kind of magic that it's still broken to this day. Oh, you mean it's damage type? No, it's physical. He uses his fists, or as I call them, the dukes. Oh, that's actually a good, yeah. That's a good set of stuff that you should buy in the store. Solarian Pack, Astral Echo Tome, Dragon Coin Tome, then whatever else you want. Probably credit pouches. Yeah, that's good advice. If you're like grinding long term for sure. Wait, why did I say Solarian uses his fists? I thought you were talking about Vanguard. But no, Solarian uses a bow, so he's physical damage. Don't ask me why that's physical, because it's not a energy-based projectile? I don't know. I'd also say a lot of the classes that are very easy to craft, like any of the ones that are difficult to craft, you're not really, there's no reason not to just buy them. It's gonna save you a lot of time. Are you talking about the game where literal guns are magic damage? No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't make any sense that the bows are physical. Like, why? Oh, because you have to physically, like... That's their logic. Whereas the magic is just... Personally, I've talked about this before too. They would obviously have to retrofit a lot of stuff, but I think they should just remove the damage types and just have damage. Would make the game a lot more accessible and also make a lot more sense to people. But that's my hot take. By the way, I know nobody asked. That would require some massive star chart changes. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it would require a lot of work. But I think it would be another one of those things where the game would ultimately be better for it. Or at the very least, if similar to how the Bard, you can just equip a fist weapon on him and then it swaps his damage type. Like that right there already made the game like so much more convoluted and confusing than it needs to be. Because now a player might be like, oh, it's a fist weapon. It's physical damage. I don't know how many bards I've had that have built towards the wrong damage type because of that. Anyway, what was I going to say before you interrupted me? Yes. Nobody cares, I know. But for the 5 of you that do, it's important that I say Diablo 2, Project Diablo 2. It's a modded version of the super old game from the 90s. Might actually be one of the best ARPGs I've ever played, even over Path of Exile 2. And that's maybe it's nostalgia talking, but so far, like I got pretty into it the other day. And the amount of balance changes that they've done is pretty crazy. A lot of it's, most of all, the only reason I'm bringing it up is just because Path of Exile 2 kind of bad, lol. At least in its current state. But I was very surprised to see Project Diablo 2 or whatever. It was like, wait, these guys have like rebalanced and slow cooked this for like 20 years. Like it's insane. The fact, here's the thing. I'm not far enough in the game to say this with 100% certainty. But so far, my minions are kicking ass, dude. Like, I can finally be a necromancer? What? Yeah, Diablo 2 Remaster is great. Don't get me wrong. Like, for the nostalgia's sake, like, that game's phenomenal as well. They did a great job. But that Project Diablo 2 is like... I was just surprised that it's got leagues, you know, it's got tons of rebalancing, and the people in charge of it have done apparently, from what I've heard, they've tried very hard to make every build viable. And so far, it's actually working. But again, I'm not far enough in the game to say that with 100% certainty. I will say that over base Diablo, my minions are actually strong. Because that was the problem even in the Diablo 2 remaster. I still, you know, I played by Necromancer. I loved it. I had a great time. As soon as I got to Diablo, he just one-shot them over and over and over again. And it was like, oh yeah, this is familiar. I forgot. Minions suck in this game. At least for bosses. But one thing I'm glad I bought on the market is the Sun and Moon Aura. Been buying that pack. Versus buying the pack because of how expensive it is. Yeah. I might also try the Diablo project since I didn't manage to play the original since the game is old as me. Yes, the game is very old. So much so that it's difficult to buy it. So I still had my Diablo 2 CD key from like a billion years ago. But I couldn't find my Lords of Destruction DLC key. So I had to buy that, unfortunately. And you gotta go through, like, there's a really convoluted, like, website page on the Blizzard site. And then you end up downloading a file that then downloads the installer. And then you gotta install the game and you gotta log into your Battle.net account. And then when you end up setting up the Project Diablo 2, you have to create an account on the website, but then you have to launch into the game, and then you have to go back to the website to create your character account name and password, and then you go back into the game, and then you log in with your account name and password, and then you create your character. And it was just like, why are there so many hoops? What is this? But once I got into it, it was like, oh, they modernized the hell out of it. They've used AI upscaling to make it not look like a pixelated mess. There's like tons of hotkeys now, and it's taking me a while to get used to it, but it's just, yeah, it's been fun. I will make a tutorial on it. I'm sure there's other people that have it, but I did record all the steps that I took to get it set up myself. Because I do want to do like, I don't know if I'll necessarily like stream or cover Project Diablo, but I might do like a highlight video that talks about like my experience with it and my playthrough. Just kind of the highlight points. It's just something that I've been doing behind the scenes on top of everything, but it's gonna be a long, slow process. Another thing that they've got too is just as a side note, you gotta play the game for a minimum of 2 hours with a character, and then that character will be on a timer before it gets deleted. I think it's something like your character will get deleted in 10 days, but once you've played for 2 hours, it gets deleted in like a month or two or something. Whenever they go into the new league, which I get it, you know, it's a modded server, so they don't want to keep paying for hundreds of characters. But anyways, hey Turn, what up? I made 400k today so far from the primal yellow method. Let's go. That is as good as it is also. Ugh. Do you plan to max out Mystic Gear? I can probably already get an hour level to my Mystic Gear. Part of me is holding off for whenever we hear what the next class is. Because it might be like, oh, I want Mystic Gear on this class instead because it's cooler, which we know isn't going to happen. Not the new class. The new class will just come at some point, but it's not going to be like really cool, is it? Oh, right, Atro. I didn't check your DMs. Sorry. Wait, there's DMs related. You got something related to the new class? Hold the phone. All right, let me see here. Oh, there's the Moon-Touched Ally. Nice. There's apparently tons of mastery coming from this event. Those are some older DMs, but my combo with the new Shadowhunter costume. Oh, with the VFX and aura. Yes, I like that. Yeah, sorry, I'm catching up on some old messages here. All right, let's see. Sorry, I'm not going to read this out loud just because I don't know. Is it safe to talk about this stuff out loud, Atro? Or am I going to get in trouble? Because otherwise I can read through it myself and then kind of pick apart certain stuff to talk about with it. You can't talk about it out loud. Okay. Okay. Yeah, just something related to Mystic upgrades, which we already knew. Yeah, I know about the Moon Touch Dragon coming. I know about that. They did talk about that one, so that one's okay. What is this in relation to a new class, though? Or is there something in here that I didn't notice, Atro? That was the main reason I got excited. But yeah, thanks for the info dump either way. Yeah, sorry, guys. I don't mean to... Oh, I can't tell you guys about this. Oh, sorry. Not about a new class relation to me grinding Mystic. Okay, okay. Yeah, let me read that better. Ew, really? Oh, okay. I'll just say 50k PR is coming, guys. That's all I can really say. Oof. Oh, that's brutal. Okay. Yikes. Anyway, excuse me. Just got my first max. What does the yellow bar mean? Oh, like you got class max level. So every level beyond that is a paragon level that doesn't give you anything. It gives you resources that are used to craft crystal rings. That's what it's for. Yeah, sorry guys, I wouldn't have started like reading and talking about all that stuff if if I knew it was stuff that I couldn't talk about. So that's my bad. I don't mean to tease you guys with it, is all I'm saying. But it's stuff that's long cooking. What is a really random and embarrassing story that you have? Trying to think when I was embarrassed. I can give you a story that kind of is topical. So as for a random story where I was embarrassed, I'm kind of a weirdo. And I don't get embarrassed because when I was growing up, I remember in particular, it was me, my brother, and my cousin. And we really liked pushing the envelope to the point where we tried to be socially awkward. And I remember we were teenagers and there was a buddy of ours and his friend, and both of them were on a date with some girls. And, you know, we're teenagers, so we're like, you know, oh, girl attention, whatever. So we show up to the bar that they're hanging out at, and then we like just kind of sit there awkwardly and just like really, I don't know, it just was so awkward and weird. And then eventually, like, we just kind of left without saying anything. And then I remember when we got outside, we were like, wait, bro, you know what would physically hurt? Let's go back in. Because we were just going to leave. And then we went back in. It was just so weird. But we, you know, the whole point is we were acting like we're really pushing ourselves to do the opposite of what we instinctually like wanted to do. Like, you want to just fight or flight and get out of there. But we were just like, no, let's force ourselves to go back. Let's really embarrass ourselves. And I don't know. And then afterwards, it's like, that's the joke. We thought it was funny. So I don't know if it like, I don't know if I could say I was embarrassed. I'm just saying like that was the big thing that we did. Like, I remember another big thing that we would do is if there were girls in the mall, we would like purposely trip in front of them. So like one time my cousin, he'd like fall down and then like really hard on the ground. And then I'd like grab his arm and I'd be like, you're embarrassing me in front of those girls. And like dragging him as he's kicking and screaming. And then another time we were in a movie theater and he stood up and he's like, the movie hadn't started yet. So the lights were still on and he's like, hey everybody, look at me. And he like shoved popcorn in his face. And then he waited like 2 minutes and he did it again just because nobody laughed the first time. So it was even funnier the second time when nobody laughed. And then, oh right. And then the same day when we were in the movie theater before we got the popcorn, I remember, we dropped some popcorn on the ground and then we're like, oops. Silly me. And then we get down on all fours and eat it off the ground. Don't do that, by the way. And then this guy that was behind us, who was like clearly in his 30s, we're just dumb kids. And he just kind of like he started laughing. And it was like, that was the whole point, was to just break the social expectations and like, just, you know, it's like more for shock value and just to make other people laugh. Like, I don't know. I guess that's like being a clown, right? That was the whole point, was just to make other people laugh. Most of the time they didn't, because it was just so awkward and weird. But I don't know, our weird mentality was maybe it'll make them feel better about themselves because it could, look at us, it could be a lot worse. I don't know. But because of that, like the reason why I'm bringing all that up is because, yeah, it was embarrassing, but we always pushed ourselves to that breaking point. And you do it so many times that eventually you just become numb to it. And that's something that like my wife always, I don't know if she's talking about me with adoration when she brings it up, but basically like she'll always be like, oh, right, you don't get embarrassed about these sorts of things. Because there was, what was it? There was, before baby Leon was born, we were hanging out with some work colleagues of hers. And you guys ever have one of those dads who just, you know, he's really concerned about his image? So, no judgment. It's normal. But basically, like, he's wearing a suit, you know, he's all dressed up and he's hanging out. And then the kid's like wanting to get a photo with his dad and he wants to do like silly pictures. And he's just like, no, I'm not going to do that, buddy. And then I just remember like afterwards, Mariko was like talking to me as we were driving home. And she's like, she was just saying like, you'd do something ridiculous with him. And I was like, oh yeah. And she'd be like, you'll probably embarrass him. And it's like, yeah, that's my point. That's the goal, you know? I have trained for this. Yes, I'll put on goofy sunglasses. I'll also scream at the top of my lungs. Like, anyway, weird humble brag. If that's even a brag. I don't know. Like, I personally think it's better than being like normal. I'd always prefer to be weird. Because being normal just means you're normal. You're the average, you know, it's like, it's so boring. Hello? Thank you, game. Anyway. How's the game on console right now? As far as I've heard, it's pretty good. Some European players are reporting that it's still pretty bad for them. But generally speaking, it's a lot better for everybody. I don't do any of that stuff now anymore as an adult because, you know, I don't have much opportunity to do it in the first place. And it's like, why? What's the point? Closest I'll get is when I'm doing these videos and I get an opportunity to do something that I think is funny. Get on there, lid. I will destroy you if you don't get on there, you stupid lid. What stat should I be trying to focus on? Getting higher on Shadowhunter. Probably magic damage. The higher your magic damage, the further your shots go through walls. I don't know, man. DPS. So physical damage, crit hit. Oh, that drink is no bueno, dude. Oh yeah, light. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a given to me, which is why I never bring it up, but... I was thinking about imagining a documentary is being made about you and they describe you as an average kid during childhood. No. No, there was nothing average about it. I still remember the, okay. You want a genuinely embarrassing story? I remember there was this chick that I was talking to online. She lived out of town in the same place that my cousin lived. He was like a couple hours out of the city. And I remember, her and I were kind of like, we were like online dating, and then eventually I ended up going out there, you know, just to hang with my cousin, and then went to see her. And then we were both like stupid kids, so we were like really, really shy. And so she brought a friend, and then I brought my cousin and brother. And it was at the point, you know, like, as much as we were like always pushing being socially awkward, because of that, it was difficult for us to be like normal with people. And so when it came to that circumstance, like, I don't know if it was just a matter of not wanting to be vulnerable in front of them or whatever. But yeah, basically it was a train wreck. Like, neither her nor I talked to each other. And then eventually time passed by, and eventually we all just left. And I don't know, I never talked to her again. Who cares? It all led to my current wife, so screw it. But yeah, when I think back to stuff like that, it's like, God, what a loser. But that's the thing, you know, it's hindsight. Like, I'm an adult man now who doesn't care what other people think of me. And this is my true final form that I started to work on, years ago. But yeah, when you're in that socially awkward phase, and especially like around girls for the first time and you're really inexperienced, it's like, yeah, it's just the same as anybody else. I don't have any regrets around it because it's like, what? But there you go. There's an old embarrassing story. I don't know if it's an embarrassing story. Oh my god, why is the... Is there an air biome somewhere nearby? What the hell is this? I guess there's the south one. Going south for the winter again. Haven't played in a bit. Is the game worth playing now, or will the player count still go down? Player count's higher than it's ever been, dude. Get with the times. Honestly, I didn't know until someone said that the Steam charts were popping off, which totally makes sense with servers being more stable. That's an understatement. They're more than more stable. They're actually great. You'll still get the odd crash here and there, but... Hello? Fake dungeons? There you are. Give me those carbs. Give me that sugar. Die. Man, time flies when you're having fun. I just realized, oh wait, there's other games I want to play today, and I still gotta record the pack review for Trove and stuff. Maybe we'll do a couple more cake dungeons until we're down in the south quadrant there, where clearly somebody's already done it. Steam charts are in fact not popping off. Really? Okay, so maybe somebody lied to me. Let me see. Okay, yeah, somebody read the numbers like completely wrong. Yeah, no, they're about the same for the peak players. So that's odd. Well, never mind me then, I guess. Yeah, no, I don't care about the player count. I just thought it was interesting when someone said, oh, it went up to like 11,000, and it's like, no, it has not. But yeah, if you play a game just because of numbers, then you'll be playing Black Myth Wukong and other garbage, right? I was gonna say then you'd play Expedition 33, but I can admit there's something about that game people love. I'm not gonna judge. I found it boring, but that's just me. But yes, Bobby, I agree. Someone's been leaving some of these. Then why are they... Why are people speedrunning through here? I tried giving Expedition a chance, but I mean, you're a member of the channel, Naxi, so I'm sure you already saw it, the video. I didn't bother making it public because I thought it was too negative, but I don't know. I guess I just don't like JRPGs. Thoughts on Dinotamer? Dinotamer's great, very fast class, very powerful. That's a character that I don't feel sad if I was forced to main it. Favorite anime / show? Favorite anime, just because it's topical, would be Dorohei Doro, which is coming out this year with season 2. What about Draco? Draco is also fantastic, but most of all a tank. It's another class like the Tomb Raiser where it's invincible. Does good damage too, but not a good speed farmer. Yeah, sorry. Doro Hey, as in He, Doro. You'll see like a lizard guy on the front of it. Dorohedoro. Season 1 was on Netflix for a very long time. Unfortunately, it's such a weird anime that it's made actually by the Attack on Titan team, or at least the animated team behind it. And they focused on Attack on Titan. But now that they wrapped it up, they said, oh yeah, we're doing Dorohedoro season 2. And it was just like, oh hell yeah, dude. It's supposed to be coming out this year too. Really excited for it. It's the one anime where like I can just say, you've never heard of it, watch it. It seems really weird, and then you stick with it, and then next thing you know, oh wow, how enjoyable. You know it's good when my favorite episode is the baseball episode. Most of all, it's just so funny. It's the only anime that's gotten me to laugh to tears. Most of all, again, with that baseball episode, dude. Like, just the way that they set up all their punchlines and stuff. Obviously, it's got kind of like a darker overtone story, which is also equally interesting. But it doesn't have any filler. Or rather, the writing is just so good that the filler, like, doesn't matter. Like, the thing that I like about it is there's no overarching, menacing villain. It's just, oh, the bad guy's just another guy doing his job. You know? I don't know if it's got an English dub. It might be too obscure. I don't know. Can't answer that one, sorry. It might, but we watched it in Japanese because my wife's native language. And I don't mind reading. Am I just circling back? Yes, I am. All right. Yeah, I saw Bleach. I jumped off of that train at one point, though. Syrus the Jaeger. Why have I heard that name? Oh, Sirius the Jaeger. It's on Tokyo Netflix. I might check that one out, though. It's older, so it might not just be the same old generic slop. No, did I watch Hunter x Hunter? Nah. Is that the one that I tried watching? Let me see. No, I didn't watch that one. I heard about it, and it sounded like it was okay, but if I had to pick, outside of Dorohedoro, if I had to pick the peak anime, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Hands down. God, what a story. Not the other Full Metal Alchemist, where the anime got ahead of the manga, but Brotherhood specifically. I don't think an anime has ever had a cooler final boss. Because the main character doesn't just pull it out of his ass. Like the whole show is talking about this one guy who's like the master swordsman. He's like the best swordsman on the continent. And then when they finally end up facing him at the end, it's not the typical anime plot where the main character's so powerful now, or the main character has a new ability he pulls out of his ass. They get destroyed, dude. Like, he just kicks their ass. And it was so cool and gratifying. Like, they're running for their lives as he starts, like, chasing them down and stuff. And then, you know, they obviously beat him, but they got to kind of trick him. And it's just, God. And then plot twist. Oh, none of that actually mattered. He was just killing time for the bad guy to do his other big brain strat. It was just so good. I gotta watch that again. Have you ever tried the game Growtopia? Yeah, it's okay. Doesn't have enough for me, or at least it didn't back then. My thoughts on Dragon Ball Z. I have two thoughts on it. I grew up with it, so I love it. But it also popularized that style of anime. You know, is it shonen? Is that what it's called? And so Naruto, Bleach, like all these other animes basically just copied the formula, which is why I just got so bored with it. Because with Dragon Ball, it was like, I'm invested. With these other animes, I could just see, oh, they're doing the same thing. But I will say my criticisms towards Dragon Ball Z, there's way too much filler. And the main plot is always, oh, Goku. Goku's the main character. Oh, Goku had a heart attack or something, so he's out of commission for like 5 episodes. But don't worry, he'll come back fully recovered and he'll beat everyone. Vegeta is the GOAT, dude. I hate Goku so much. Goku sucks. He's so lame. I always only ever wanted to have Vegeta win, and then he never does. Because it's a formula, and it's stupid. Even with Dragon Ball Super, which was pretty good. When it got to the fighting, I just start skipping through it because it's just the same old crap. You know, you think you're gonna beat me? I got a new form. But they end up having this big finale where Vegeta finally starts kicking the bad guy's ass. And then, of course, like, you know, just like clockwork, Vegeta gets his butt kicked by some special power move, and then Goku gets so mad he goes Ultra Instinct. New transformation for Goku. Vegeta's on the sideline doing nothing. I hate it. I hate it so much. But apparently, a lot of that actually has to do with East versus West kind of thing. It's the same reason why Luigi gets shafted all the time. Because apparently, you know, I can't say 100% certainty this is how it is, but I just remember discussing it with people and finding out that, like, for Japan, they're very like, this is the main character, he's the best. You know, like, no flaws, he's perfect. And that's like the story that they look up to, I guess, versus us in the West. We want the underdog to win. Which is why everyone in the West likes Vegeta more. But unfortunately, it's just a matter of difference with preference. But anyways. This costume's part of the new pack. Also, that gets you a ban, Adrian. But anyways, I don't, if I'm being honest, I don't watch anime anymore. I got pretty into it for a while. And then more so than anime, I got into manga because I could read faster than the episodes. But I think the last one that I read through was, oh God, what was it? Grave Lord? Is that what it was called or something? It was brand new around the time where it was supposed to be this dude who's like living inside an MMO, and he was like a necromancer. So I was like really interested in it. And then eventually the plot kind of devolved into like the whole plot stopped focusing on him and started focusing on side characters so that they could build them up only to tear them down and try to get you emotionally involved. But it was like, bro, I don't give a crap about these lizard men. Like, it focused so much time on like the lizard people, and it was just like, no. Least favorite anime you've watched or read? I don't know if I have a least favorite. I remember Overlord. Yeah, that's it. Like, Overlord started out really cool, but that's kind of the thing with anime. A lot of it just starts out with a really good hook, and then it just devolves into the same crap, you know? I think the last one I was like severely disappointed with was Parasite. Is that what it was called? It was the one that everyone kept suggesting, and it was all popping off. And then it was like, we started watching it, and the first few episodes were cool, where it's basically this nerd character trying to survive in this world where like these parasites basically turned people into demons, and he's just a sniveling coward, and he's always, you know, running away from them and stuff. And then, not even at the end of season 2, or season 1, I mean, he suddenly becomes a combat god, and now he's no longer a nerd. He's the hero, and he's gonna fight them. And we just immediately stopped watching it because it was like, okay. Now it's just everything else. Yeah, we tried watching Tokyo Ghoul. I'm gonna admit I got bored. I'm sorry. It did the same thing. He became a combat god immediately. And it's like, bro, that has to be earned. I don't care to watch like him already be ultra powerful. Unless it's One Punch. Season 1. Season 2 sucked. Fairy Tail, God, it's been a long time. Did I watch Fairy Tail? Is that the one? Yeah, I don't know if I watched that one. I don't 100% remember that based on the image. But what I will say about Tokyo Ghoul, by the way, is the style. Ooh, great animation. Not as good as Demon Slayer or Demon Hunter or whatever the hell that one's called. Oh, sorry, not Tokyo Ghoul. Okay, wait. Now I'm getting confused. Which one was Seven Deadly Sins? Is that the RPG one? Okay, Seven Deadly Sins. Hot take. Okay, sorry. The wife and I started watching it because everyone said it was good. And immediately... for better or worse, I could never unsee it. It was a 1-to-1 copy of Dragon Ball. Not Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball. Even down to the first girl that he comes into and seeing her in his panties and stuff, it was like, this is just Bulma. What the hell is this? I guess the new Dragon Ball for the new generation, right? But... because of how like it was way too like just ripping off Dragon Ball like beat for beat, and it was just like, I don't want to watch this. Like, I can't say whether it's good or not because I didn't get far enough along, but that was just lame, dude. But I guess, you know, if it's popular, just copy paste. That's anime for you. I mean, that's movies as well. Just media in general. I liked it when I was younger, but it's them whining about, oh, the evil humans are hunting us because we eat them to survive. Just, yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with, like, a lot of it genuinely is adolescence. Like, the primary audience for a lot of anime is, like, teenage boys. And I mean, I get that. Like, I can feel that. I totally understand. That's probably why I stopped consuming it as I became an adult, because it was like, I'm not invested in this. But when you're younger, it's like, yeah, you know, they kind of capitalize on the fact like, oh, this is the male fantasy of, you know, being a loser and then transforming yourself just all at once with a magic pill rather than putting in the hard work. Which is kind of what I hate about like just the fairy tale of what anime is. And now as an adult, I'm just too jaded to care. I think that's probably the main thing. Like, I'm not trying to criticize anime as a whole. It's just most of all, like, your mind kind of shifts. And I think a lot of it also has to do with just wanting to consume things that are more meaningful to you. And a lot of anime is just copy and paste. Whether it's good or bad, you know, whatever, it's all subjective personal preference. But for me, it's like when I can see the plot coming a mile away, I'm out. I don't care. Dorohedoro is the only anime that was super fresh to me and felt like it was its own unique thing. And it must have felt the same for the studio that produced it, like the Attack on Titan guys, because Dorohedoro did not perform well at all. But after they finished with Attack on Titan, they were like, oh yeah, we're making a season 2, baby. We want to. And it was just like, oh, thank you. Hell yeah. Such an underappreciated gem. Another underappreciated gem that nobody talked about was House of Ninja. So it's basically the closest there's ever been to live action anime, and it's on Netflix, and it's really good. It's got a great story. It's got no filler episodes. All the characters are fantastically written. Like, I was genuinely surprised. That show was such a banger. Like, it even does the thing where it regresses back to like the character's memory, but it doesn't spend like 50 episodes there. It's just like to show off like some big plot point, and it's like, oh, it just moves on. I like this. Yeah, Naxi, I will afterwards. I remember, I think the most edgy anime I watched that really kind of like meant something to me back in the day was Evangelion. Most of all, just because like, I think around that time of adolescence, like you can really like just relate to the character. When it starts getting into his psychology and all that stuff, it was just like, damn, this is depressing, but also this is like what I'm going through kind of thing, you know? Like, it was just, wow, this is very well written. Nowadays, it's just like, yeah, suck it up, kid. But that was when I had more time on my hands. Nowadays, it's like, I don't care. Scale of 1 to 10, where's Vanguard? Vanguard is good, but you can't use its ranged mode regardless of the better servers because it's actually a bug with the class itself. There was an invader, wasn't there? Yeah, who cares? Blue Eye Samurai was already... That one was pretty good. There was a lot of things that I didn't like about it, but overall, it was a really good show. The fact that they're making a season 2 makes me question whether or not it's, just gonna keep going rather than concluding. Like, the final episodes of Blue Eyed Samurai I felt were really dragged out, and then suddenly it's like, oh, the bad guy isn't the real bad guy. There's a bigger bad guy, and I was like, oh, the Bleach formula. Okay, no thank you. Recommendation for 2.5k credits. Can you get the Solarian pack for that? I don't know. I don't remember. Otherwise, just one of the class costume packs for one of the classes that's hard to get, I guess. Or what was it you said earlier, Atro, if you're still lurking? Darling. No, I don't think I ever saw this one. The children operate robots. Why is it always kids? Looks kind of cool, but you want a like super old like Saturday morning cartoon show, but it's an anime that nobody watched? You ready for this, guys? It was basically Japan's version of the Ninja Turtles. Samurai Pizza Cats. I guarantee none of you have heard of it. I used to watch that show at my grandma's. Like, I was surprised that we actually had it on like TV. But that was a cool show, man. I think that might have like sparked my initial interest with this whole like samurai thing. It was pretty cool. Even if it was like kind of, you'd think it's just Ninja Turtles, but it was that Japanese style of like animation and humor. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the same studio actually did the Mega Man anime. Not the newer ones. There was an old Mega Man anime, and it was pretty good actually. Well, pretty good in memory. I don't know if it actually holds up. How about the mask with Jim Carrey? I mean, Jim Carrey's amazing, so yes. What about Son of Mask? JK. Wow, we're a corporation trying to capitalize on nostalgia. No, thank you. Oh my god. Wait, we got this in here too? I forgot all about these. Alright, did we get any luck from any of that? Wow, really? Really? I didn't get a single mount. Okay, those are... I underestimated how rare those are. Because I got like 2 of them during my last stream. But I didn't get nothing this time. So, alright. Does holding Alt on Shadowhunter work with Zealous Emblem? Oh, like, hold on. I know what you mean. Let me see. So can we hold it and use... No. Damn. That would have actually been pretty big brain. No, because it's got to do the stupid drink animation. That's actually too bad. That could have been huge. Damn. All right, guys. I had fun. Hopefully you guys did as well. Thanks for coming out. Gonna wrap up. I gotta get my pack review ready for tomorrow and get that all scheduled and everything like that. And then otherwise, I'm hoping to do a longer stream of Death Stranding tonight, just because I got like actually push through that game. But we'll see by the time I end up getting everything done before then, because otherwise I gotta get all my videos done as a priority. Anyways, thanks for coming out. Love you guys.